Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, yes, it looks very chilled out right now, but it's just a very chilled out video anyway. I am finally doing a eyeshadow palette collection and also decluttering it as well. We need to go through that, okay? I need to, if you watched my Chatty Get Ready With Me that I uploaded recently, then you would know that I will hopefully be moving house soon, so I just need to declutter and get rid of a lot of makeup. So I thought if I filmed it, then I'd kind of stick to getting rid of a lot and just keeping what I need. I thought I'd start off with my eyeshadow palette drawer because it's just so full and I'm actually struggling to open it. So yeah. So just wanted to say before I actually started the video that this isn't like supposed to be just a video of me kind of like showing off my makeup, because I know a lot of people do these videos, but literally I've said like before in a video that literally like a few months after I started my channel I've had people asking me to do like a whole makeup collection video, but I did explain as well that I'm only going to do my full makeup makeup collection video once I've moved house hopefully, and I don't just have one set of drawers back there, so it's actually organised and everything kind of looks nice as well, and it's decluttered as well. That's the main thing. So I thought instead of doing that I would at least just share the decluttering process with you, and then you can just kind of see what I've got, what I think is worth to buy, what I think just save you money and don't buy it. Quickly just wanted to say in the video it's just naturally what comes out of my mouth, but if I just say I'm getting rid of this, then unless I actually think that like it's expired and I've had it so long it's gross and it just needs to go, if I say getting rid of it, then that'll either mean I'm giving it to a friend or family member, or I'm keeping like a box to like donate to like a women's shelter, or just anyone that just wants like makeup that's lightly been used. So I'm either doing that, or if it's like really like brand new or just literally have used it only once, then I'll probably just sell it on Depop or something. So I love watching these videos and that's why I just wanted to do it anyway. So if you are a fan of these videos, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up and just keep watching. So if you just sat there wondering like, Mo, why are you wearing the same clothes that you've been wearing for the past like 10 videos? I'm filming this on the same day that I've just filmed my kind of current favourites face situation, so that's why I'm wearing the same stuff, okay? Don't judge, it's really hot. I want to wear a t-shirt, alright? Obviously you guys all know what this thing is, so it's sat behind me when I'm filming right next to the Queen's cage. So this is a Alex 9 drawer, it's from IKEA. Literally everybody and their grandmother has these for storing makeup. They're just the best, I think, for storage. Like you have the kind of thinner and like shallow drawers like at the top, and then these ones, like, they go deep, but we're not going to look in these because they're a mess, so excuse that. This drawer is the one we're going to be keeping an eye on today. I put a towel down because I'm probably going to be swatching and wiping my hands, so yeah, I'm going to keep this down here to avoid any more mess on my carpet. Before I actually start going into this drawer, I just quickly wanted to say, just in case anyone was wondering, and not like you are going to be, but on my desk, which is like behind this, is I just keep 3 palettes on there. Well, I don't usually keep 3 palettes, I just kind of keep what I'm kind of using at the minute. So obviously I always keep my Z palette, which is full of Makeup Geek, Colourpop. I have other brands in here, but this is the Z palette that I keep in there. This is just like my holy grail. I take this everywhere if I was traveling. And yeah, it's just got every colour that I'd ever need. It's full of warm tones obviously, so this, I never keep this in the drawer because I always go to it, so that is always kept on my desk along with kind of whatever eyeshadow palettes I'm liking at the minute. So obviously at the minute it's obviously Soph's Extra Spice eyeshadow palette with Revolution, and then I've got Jeffree Star's new Thirsty eyeshadow palette as well, which looks like this. So they're not in there because, like I said, I'm using these at the moment. This is what I'm dealing with, and this is what I mean, like, who needs this many eyeshadow palettes? Like, it goes deep, this drawer. It's just full and it's just messy, and I don't need that many. So I am gonna make myself get rid of at least 10 minimum. So if I don't, then I don't know what I'm gonna, I'm just making myself, making that as a have to. I have to get rid of 10 because no, we're not dealing with this. It needs to go. Seriously though, who needs that many palettes? So this is obviously the Morphe 39A Dare to Create eyeshadow palette. This was their kind of, I think it was limited edition around the holiday Christmas time. This is what it looks like. It's obviously got the clear sheet over. I love this palette. I think it's really great. It's got loads of different colours, and I like the fact that they put all of their transition colours like here and made them larger than the other shades. I really like that about the palette, so I'm keeping this because it is just an all-around great palette. Obviously we've got Jaclyn Hill's Morphe palette. This is her first one she ever came out with. Obviously I'm keeping this. It's just legendary. I mean, again, you've got every colour you'd ever need, so I'm just gonna keep this one as well because I do still use this when I'm kind of going out and stuff, so that's a go-to palette for me as well. Piles, I've obviously got the stuff that I'm gonna keep back there. This is really hard to do without showing my face. Like, I'm trying to not make it boring, but all you can see is my hands, so hello. So Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I love this. It's just one of my favourite palettes, so I'm keeping this 100%. I know a lot of people did say that they had troubles with that palette, but I never had any, so I'm going to keep that because I think it's a great palette. Then we have Shayla's Colourpop palette, which is her Perception eyeshadow palette. This is amazing. Seriously, if you haven't got this palette, it's so worth your money. Like, it's, was it 16? No, I think, was it 16? It might have been a bit more, it might have been like $20, but still, that's so affordable, and it's got a mirror, like, yeah. Buy it if you can, it's a very, very good palette. I'm gonna like dive to the back and kind of see the old palettes that I just know I haven't touched in 59 years, so I'll just try and pull out. This is cute! This is Desi and Katie's eyeshadow palette with a dose of colours. I haven't... Oh, no. Okay, that's really depressing. Okay, this right here just shows you why I need to clear out this drawer, because they have clearly fallen on here and they've broken Noli. They've broken the Noli shade, which is really depressing, but I'm going to keep their collab because it's just, again, this is legendary. It needs to be kept. Some Urban Decay and Anastasia ones here. So Modern Renaissance is just a staple palette that I feel like everybody just needs this palette. Like, if you don't have this, seriously get it. If you love warm tones, it's a really great palette to have. It's really, really good quality. There's nothing wrong with any single shade from here. They're all amazing, so that's definitely a keep. And again, in my little pile that I'm going to keep here, so literally I haven't got rid of any yet. I need to step it up. Okay, so these are really, really old. These were, so I've got the Urban Decay Naked, like the original Naked palette, and then the Naked 3. And literally I haven't used these in at least maybe 1 to 2 years even. These were the first kind of 2 like high-end eyeshadow palettes I ever bought. I like had to save up so much for these when I was younger and I wanted to get them. So this is what the Naked 3 looks like. I use this so much. The brush I still keep because it is a really good brush. I always like the Urban Decay brushes. So that's what the palette looks like. I think I'm gonna keep this for like a donation. I think it's still usable, so I'm gonna like donate this one because I don't use that anymore, so that's going. Then we've got the original Naked palette, which I think this is really old. I don't know if this is like past expiry days or what, but I'm gonna get rid of this one as well because I don't really use it, but it's a good palette. Starting out with makeup, these are really good palettes to go to if you want to like invest in good quality eyeshadows, but they are a bit pricey obviously. Then we have one of the most underrated eyeshadow palettes in the universe, which is the Zoeva Caramel Melange palette. I think that's how you say it. I'm not French, but I think that's how you say it anyway. This is what it looks like. Like, these shades are so nice, and I literally don't know how, like, nobody talks about this palette or like Zoeva that much as a brand, but like, just like, this is gonna be one swipe. Like, look at that. Like, come on, those shades. That's an amazing palette again. So this is getting kept. It's so underrated. Maybe I should do like an underrated makeup video. That might be a good idea. I might do that because this is really underrated, and Zoeva are pretty affordable as well, so I think that's definitely worth buying as well. But I'm gonna keep this. Well, I think considering I'm getting rid of 2 of the Urban Decay palettes out of the 3 that I have, I'm allowed to keep 1. Obviously I'm gonna keep the Heat because hello, warm tones, thank you so much. Then I've got Soph's first palette with Revolution. This is her original one. I'm going to keep this. I don't use it as much now I've got the other one because I prefer the formula of that one. And maybe I'll give this away. I don't know. I haven't decided because I use that one a lot now and I don't really come to this one. I don't know. I don't really know what to do with this. I'm gonna hold on to it for now, but if I feel like I need to, if like in like a month or something and I'm still not using it, then I will get rid of this. But, or maybe if I don't have 10 by the end of the video, this will have to go. So I'll put this in like a maybe pile. The Revolution, what is this? Redemption palette. I got this purely just for like a dupe video to do for this, which I ended up doing in like the drugstore and the high-end dupe video. So yeah, literally look at those two palettes. Like obviously they've copied it, but the formula is still pretty good for this. Some of the shades are a bit hit and miss, so obviously I don't use this, I don't use the other one, so I'm obviously going to get rid of this one. So that's 3 palettes I'm now not keeping. What's this one? MUA. This is the MUA Silent Disco eyeshadow palette. This, I just remember just not having pigment. Like it looks okay there, but it's like, no thank you. Dream Street by Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. Obviously I'm keeping that one. Makeup Obsession Warm Up Palette. This I really liked when I tested this. It wasn't a palette I thought I was gonna like, to be honest, but I do really like it. I love the tones. Shade. Yes, pigment. Yeah. Okay, let's reach to the back. Okay, so I've got some e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes here. We have their Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette. This was their Summer Breeze palette. That looks like that. I did actually really like this. Then, like the formula is pretty good and it's super affordable as well. Then there's the Prismatic eyeshadow palette, which I used to be obsessed with this, but that's what that looks like anyway. The original Mad for Matte palette, which is this one here. And you know what? I don't really use any of them. Like, I'd probably say that I use this the most, and still I don't use. I'm gonna get rid of all 3. I'm gonna be good and honest. I don't use any of those 3 anymore, so they're gonna go. Alright, we've got a bunch of Colourpop. I'm keeping every single Colourpop eyeshadow palette that I own because I love them all. But I will share with you what I've got. So this is the I Think I Love You palette. It's just the ultimate bronze palette you'll ever need. This black is like the blackest black that I know of, so that's super good. Yes Please palette, which is seriously just yes please. Ultimate warm palette, so that's a keep. Yeah, this is the Revolution Reloaded Neutrals 2 palette. You guys know I love this one. This is just a really, really good pinky toned palette. It's just a must for me. It's just one of my favourite palettes ever, like drugstore and high-end. I really like this, so I'm gonna keep that. So we've got the Essence Magical Forest eyeshadow palette, which I do actually really like this. I think it's really good for kind of your money because I'll do a few swatches to show you the pigments. I feel like the swatches aren't even that good compared to like when you apply them on the lid, but even still actually good swatches. Like that purple, yeah. But Give It To Me Straight eyeshadow palette. This is again one of my faves. It's got so many nail gouges just chilling in there, but it's very good. I feel like it's a very romantic eyeshadow palette, this one, but I'm gonna keep this because these are Colourpop and I love them. Beauties, this is the Warm Brown Obsessions palette. I love this and I think it's really good. Oop. It's really good to travel with as well. So I think I'm going to keep this because I just really like the quality of her little eyeshadows like this as well. And I really like the coral one that she's come out with recently. I'm going to buy that because those tones, yes please. So I'm going to keep this. This is very good for traveling. Not that I ever leave my house, but still. Okay, then we have the Collection Eyes Uncovered Nude Bronze eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. I did a video on this. I think it was testing like my cheapest makeup, I think. And this whole palette is pretty good for the money. It's okay. I'd say this gold is probably the best out of all of them. Like that gold is pretty good. This, it's okay. I'm not going to use it again, to be honest, so that can go. Colourpop All I See Is Magic palette. I got this for Christmas and I love the tones. I love this khaki green. Like, yes. So yeah, that's a keep. Okay, right, see, we're coming to an end, kind of. I've still got, like, wait, let me just put those. Let me do a little count of, like, how many I'm not keeping. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 already, so 8 out of the 10, that's pretty good. So if I do more than 10, then that'll be even better. So let's carry on. So I've got the Pixie and It's Judy Time eyeshadow palette. I used to love this so much. Like, it is a really good palette. Again, this is a good palette for someone if you're starting out with makeup, and it's just got good tones in there. Like this brown for like the transition, it's a very good shade, and I do really like this palette. I just don't reach for it enough anymore, so I don't know. I don't think it's worth keeping, and I feel like I do have more I do also have more pigmented like shades and palettes than this one, so I'm gonna let this one go. Oh my god, this is so cute. This is the Laura Lee and Violet Voss. This is her first, I think, makeup collab. This is her eyeshadow palette that she came out with Violet Voss. This was so long ago now. Well, it feels like it anyway. This, I don't use it to be fair, but just because it's like Laura and she's one of my favourite YouTubers, and this was like one of her first, I think it was her first collab she ever did. The tones, I do like it, and to be fair, the shimmers are really good. I think the mattes just need a bit of like building up, but the shimmers are really good. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this palette because it's Laura and I feel like I'm kind of being rude to her if I don't keep it. And I've got my Tartelette in Bloom palette. This was the first palette I ever got from Tarte, and to be fair, like looking at this palette, to me, that's a cool tone palette. Like, I know it's got a pink and a gold, which is a bit warm, but like it's got taupes in here, and I don't really have that many cool tone palettes, or any, you know. So I think I'm going to keep this because, to be fair, I used to love this, and this shade Funny Girl right here, this is one of my favourite shades in just the history of ever. So I'm 100% keeping this palette, and it smells like chocolate as well, so we all need a palette that smells like chocolate. Then, oh, this is so cute as well. So I've got Carly Bible's Deluxe Edition eyeshadow palette. This is so good for your money. I don't think it's any more than 15 to 20 pounds. I think it's less than 15 pounds even, but it's so good. Like, you get 15 eyeshadows, and then you get all these highlight shades, which you can obviously use these as eyeshadows as well, and you can probably use some of these golds and stuff as highlighters too. So this is just a really all around great palette. The formula is really good as well, and it's Carly Bible. You need it, and it's got a big mirror in as well, so that's a good palette for traveling as well, because you've got a mirror, you've got eyeshadows and highlights all in one. So this is the Morphe 15N eyeshadow palette, and that's what it's looking like. So I don't use this, and I don't know why. I think I chose it for like a Christmas present, but I do not use this, so that's gonna go. Back here I've got my Revolution Pro kind of pressed glitters. Obviously I'm gonna keep this because I haven't really gotten a chance to use that many of these, but they're really, really good. They're pressed glitter pans, and they're really, really affordable. You can get this little magnetic palette from the Revolution website as well. Really random cool tone eyeshadows in, but they're my cool tone eyeshadows that I don't want to get rid of. They're mostly Makeup Geek. They're all Makeup Geek except from this. This is an OPV glitter. This, I really like the glitter, but like it's not magnetic, and this was like £8 or £9, so I don't recommend getting them because they ain't magnetic. So you have to get like the strips and then stick them on yourself. But yeah, this is just like a spare Z palette that I just keep, so obviously I'm gonna keep that. I've got this palette that I haven't used in so long, but like this was the first eyeshadow palette, well, the first like expensive eyeshadow palette that my mum ever bought for me, so I'm gonna keep this. It's the MAC Dusky Rose eyeshadow palette. I haven't used it in so long, but this is actually a really good palette, but I don't use it because look at those tones, come on. Like, why did I choose this? I don't know. They had a burgundy one I could have picked, but I chose this one. I did choose this one, but to be fair, when I was younger I did wear a lot of kind of pinks, so I did like these kind of tones here. So that's probably why I chose it, but you know what, it is a very good palette and the quality's good because obviously it's MAC, so yeah, I'm going to keep this just because my mum got me this and it's just a cute little memory, so I'm going to keep that one. In the back we have some hair, lovely, and the Tartelette Toasted palette, which is one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes in the world. Obviously keeping, I'm not going to talk about that, it's just a keep. Revolution Chocolate Rose Gold palette. Looks like this, and I love this. I think it's a really great palette. These shimmers are really good as well as the mattes. The mattes are quite pigmented, so if you do have this palette or if you're planning on getting it, just be careful with the mattes because for me they sometimes are a bit overly pigmented and you kind of have to work with them a bit to get them to blend sometimes, not all the time. I feel like it's just brushes. If you've got a good brush then you'll be fine, but yeah, I think this is a really good palette, so I think this is definitely worth keeping, and it's a good dupe for Huda's obviously her rose gold palette as well. I've got the chocolate orange palette, also by Revolution. This I'm gonna keep because I just love the tones. It's a great palette. It's a good orangey palette. That is one gross mirror. Ew, that is a dirty mirror. Clean your stuff. Then we have the crappiest eyeshadow palette of the century, which is the Collection Eyes Uncovered Matte Nude Rose palette. None of these are pigmented. Literally, there is no pigment in any of these. You blend them in your eyes. You blend them in your crease and they disappear into dust. So, goodbye. Too Faced. Right, we've got 3 Too Faced palettes here and I feel like I should get rid of one at least because I don't need 3. Okay, so what have we got? So I've got the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, the semi-sweet chocolate bar palette, and the original chocolate bar palette. I love this. The original chocolate bar was one of, again, I think my dad bought me this actually so long ago, so I'm going to keep this, and plus out of all 3, this is the one I still kind of use on the odd occasions. I really love Creme Brulee, which is the gold, and Marzipan as well, and I love this palette. It is kind of like an OG like staple for me, so I'm going to keep this one, and I think I'll be good. I'll get rid of these 2 and then just keep the one Too Faced one. So I'll keep the original chocolate bar one and then get rid of the Sweet Peach and semi-sweet one because the tones are nice but I don't use them anymore, like no thanks. So, and we can see the bottom of the drawer finally. So we then have the Coloured Rain Queen of Hearts eyeshadow palette. I don't use this anymore, so that's gonna go. Yeah, I don't use this. I just got this because everyone was raving about it, to be fair, but I don't reach for it, so bye-bye. The eyeshadow palette we have is the Revolution Pro Regeneration palette. I think that's the name of it. So I love this. You guys know this is fairly new to me. It's just one of the only like just bright colour palettes that I own. I do like that they're all mattes as well. So this is really good quality as well, so I'm going to keep this. I think it is a really good palette to have. So yeah, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to quickly just tidy up my drawer and then you can see the drawer now compared to before, and hopefully it's going to look a lot more tidier, so give me 1 second. So that's the drawer now compared to before. It looks a lot neater. There's space to build, which is good, so I can try some more stuff out and not feel as bad about it. Again, that I'm gonna get rid of. I did say, obviously at the start of the video, I did say I was gonna get rid of 10 minimum, so let's see. So we've got the Coloured Rain Queen of Hearts palette. That's 1, Collection, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're the 3 elf ones, 7, 8, Too Faced, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I got rid of 4 more palettes than I said I would, so I think I've done a pretty good job. But that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this declutter. I know obviously I was just talking and showing you what was going on back here, but I know it's also quite a different video to what I usually do. But if you did enjoy this video today, then be sure to let me know, and also give the video a thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed as well. But yeah, most of all, just let me know what you think of the video, if you did enjoy it, and if you want me to do, you know, the rest of the drawers. If I do kind of, well, I know I need to declutter all of the drawers before I move house, so if you want me to film it, then just let me know and I'll do that for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, I forgot to say, if I am also getting rid of any eyeshadow palettes that you love and you know, they're one of your favourite palettes, like, I don't want anyone to just get offended. Like, I don't think they're crap, I just don't think that I should keep them because I just don't personally use them anymore, and I feel like I've got so many palettes and so many similar palettes as well that I shouldn't have to keep that many. So yeah, just please don't get offended by me getting rid of any of those. But yeah, like I said as well, none of these are going to waste. I'm not just going to throw them in the bin. I am going to donate them at the least. So yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's take these here. Okay. Oh my god. Seriously can't deal right now. Oh. For real though, this is so depressing. I can't believe Nolly broke. That's quite sad.